Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Empyrion. I am just getting set up for the tank build-off competition combat for tomorrow. I have 5 fully outfitted build sites ready to go. I will have a few more. I might do a couple more yet. I'm hoping to see more than 5 teams, although I will be quite happy with 5 teams. But since I have a glorious sunny clear day, I figured I'd show you the combat arena, so you have a first-hand view of what we have to look at. We are, just so you can center yourself, this is the advanced base that I said was within range of the edge. You don't want to get any closer. Trust me, you don't want to get any closer than one of these build sites to that. It will start shooting at you. Basically, if you make it to that grove of trees, you're going to be shot. As you can see, there are about 7 build sites already completed. I am going to put down a couple more just to give it a little bit more area, but each build site is quite spaced. That little monolith there, that's leftovers from the pirate raid, but if you come a little bit further this way, the green barrier will start to show itself very quickly here. Come on. There we go. There we go. Turn around. Turn around. Don't go near that. Okay, so you can see the green barrier is quite close to this outer edge. So overall, the combat area is not excessively large. As I said, there is some rolling terrain back here. You can pretty much fight back as far as these mountains. You're not going to get too much further back than that. You can fight about where these bases are without too much difficulty. However, both of these POIs will shoot at you if you get too close to them. So the hard and fast size rules limitations of the area of combat are not, as they say, set in stone. Overall, the terrain offers a lot of ground cover. As you can see, lots of orange trees. Let's get a little closer to the ground so we get a little bit more detail coming in here. There we go. Lots of orange trees, slightly rolling hills. From a tank perspective, you have a lot of stuff in your way. Cover. You have a lot of difficulty getting a clear line of fire on any one particular path. Basically, the way I'm trying to set it up is you have a patch of oranges, at least one patch of oranges between each of the respected build sites. Although it probably would be possible for somebody to jump up on a build site and snipe somebody who's on another build site, assuming that everybody obeys the rules and nobody does anything crazy. Yeah. Now, each build site is built about the same. This one is an incomplete build site, so we'll go to one that has been finished here. You get a elevated platform. That platform is actually 2 blocks off the ground, and a large work area that you can work comfortably in, protected from the occasional spider, golem, that kind of nonsense that would come up and chomp on your face when you're sitting in drone mode. Essentially, that's all it does. Now, of course, the problem I realized later was most people can't jump a too high block. So I included in the crates some spare concrete. The unit is on public, so if you want, you can literally give yourself a ramp to work up, you know, because some of these guys can't jump, and that lets you get into your hover vessel as you are building, if you need to. The other thing I have included at each site is a functioning toilet. Yes. The reason for this is... Can I zap those? Yeah, okay, perfect. The reason for the toilet is quite simply you don't necessarily have food. So I mean, if you don't bring enough food, or you need to scrounge for food, or you find yourself running around in the wilderness here, you have oranges. And of course, the biggest problem with the oranges is they give you upset stomach. Now, there's nothing in the rules saying that you can't actually utilize these bases as defendable positions. If you want to play rather than an offensive turret game, you could play a defensive game. Of course, with artillery shooting at you, working from a defensive position, you could have more trouble than if you were out fighting around. Now, like I said, there are things that will come up and try to attack you. Spiders, arachnids, of course. Out in the wilderness there, you will see desert golems. You'll see the one type of assassin. That sort of thing. There is a lot of area here to work around in, to drive around with, to fight with. There isn't really going to be any simple, easy method of getting in and mixing it up with your enemy. And yeah, as I said, there is more build sites than I've currently got 5 ready, although I have 7 build sites made, and I'm probably going to build, if I bring up my map here, you can see I'm thinking of building in another 3 sites. These 2 I can't do anything about. I don't know where they're from. I'm probably just going to have to do is eventually just go underground and see if I can dig it out. I'm guessing there's a hidden block someplace that I just haven't found. And this base here is a guest from the Syndicate. So the only way I can remove that is explosively. And I haven't gotten around to that yet. So there we have it. That's our battlefield preview for our combat this weekend for the tank battle combat. And I got no control over the falling of iron meteorites, so those could be falling into this battlefield. And who knows, maybe I will look at putting in other things in the battlefield yet. Some additional challenges. If I find that these kind of combats are too easy, I will definitely be putting additional challenges in the battlefield. Things that will really kind of mess you up. Hidden gun turrets, pop-ups, maybe even some landmines, little things like that. So yeah, keep your eye open for secrets and surprises. It may not be on this battlefield, but maybe the next time I do one of these events, we'll look at adding some fun things like that, especially if I have a lot of interest, like if a lot of people like to do this. Now, as I said as well, there are options after this is done. If we want to raid Hal's House of Pandemonium, it's literally, I love the color of the sunsets, but you can't see anything with them. It's literally right over this lake, basically right there. It should be coming into view now. That's Hal's House of Pandemonium. I haven't touched it yet. I was thinking of turning it into a mob grinder. Some of the other people have done it a few times, and they've said it's not that big of a deal. There is another POI in behind it. Just a couple of small ones. Okay, we're back around where the gas and grits is. This is the admin trade center. This is where everybody will be coming to start. That's where your ships will be landed. I will ask that everybody puts their ship on either Alliance or make sure all weapons and ammunition are turned off. This is the this was the capital shipyard that was started by Chaotic Vein. The iron meteorite crashed into the deck there was not part of the added decorations that I put on it, but that looks really cool. As you can see, it's all beat up, it's burned out, it looks like it's seen better days, and it has. This was set up for squad training, squad attack tactics training. Basically, you can come in, a small squad assault. We put one team inside this structure for defense and one team outside for attack. The defending team would probably get a certain amount of time to equip this base for defense, knowing that they have to make sure that their base is not going to attack me, so they'd have to make sure they were allied with me at least, or make sure that their turrets are set to only attack other players, and then they can defend this structure, and the other team would come in and try to attack this structure. It's made it is damaged, it's broken down, it's got a lot of weak points, a lot of structural integrity issues. So a person could very easily have a lot of fun blowing a lot of holes in it. Again, that's what it's meant for. So there's that. If somebody wants to have a little bit more fun after the build, there's the opportunity to do that. And then finally, this is the abandoned mine. This is another standard built POI. You could come and attack this if you wanted to. I'm not going to hover around here too much because there are gun turrets that shoot at you. And I am not flying a combat vessel. Those are all available if we have time left over after the combat and anybody wants to play with them. I'm more than happy to support that as much as I can. I'm also still working on my my flying base. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, although I'm leaning towards actually going and getting a drawing or a build from one of the Minecrafters for like a old ship, a galleon, a sailing ship, something like that, and then put it up here, and off the top of the masts make something that looks like a large balloon rather than sails. And you know, there we go. That's going to be one of my Overwatch bases, one of my flying bases. I am actually thinking of putting in a couple more. I do want to put one over where the combat area is going in, and I am still thinking of putting in a weapons targeting range, like a shooting range, where I'm going to pace off and put in targets, and people can try their marksman skills and see who's the better shot. But there we have it. The preparations are in fact proceeding quite nicely for the event this weekend. I hope to see a lot of people down here. When this video goes live, the event will be for tomorrow, so it's actually, yeah. So when this video is live, it's tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Please let me know if you want to be part of it. The cost to get in, the admission cost to get in, is 500 gold coins, which should not be an issue for anybody. That is per two-person team. So there we have it, kids. Thanks all for watching. This is Inverted Cow. Hoping to see you here tomorrow for a lot of fun, or a little bit of fun, or maybe just a little bit of getting your ass kicked. So hope to see you then. Good night for now.